but she is a Furbolg cleric, and she plays the bagpipes, and she has a pet squirrel, and she doesn't have a lot of fun.
But you mentioned no name for your character or the squirrel or the bagpipes yet. So
not yet. We're working on it.
All right, guys, I believe we are ready. So let's get this party started. Let's bring to the stream first. She is the voice of Ruby Rose. She's the one and only Lindsay Jones.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. Appreciate it. Kid Cadet, thanks for having us and for hosting this. This is awesome.
It is my pleasure. Thank you for joining us again. What is this, your fifth time here on the virtual stage?
Oh my gosh. I mean, what is time anymore, really? Like, I feel like I'm just always here, and I'm happy to be here. I will live within this GalaxyCon universe now. The RWBYverse and the GalaxyCon verse are officially crossed over. It's happened.
I think we're all okay with that. So
absolutely.
Yeah. All right, up next, she is the voice of Weiss, Schnee. It is Kara Eberle.
Yeah!
What's up?
How's it going?
How you doing?
Doing very well. How about you all? Hanging in there and everything.
Good.
You know, I love how I almost said Ruby said, Lindsay said, how the GalaxyCon and RWBY universe collide. It's awesome. I want to live in the universe.
Absolutely. It does feel like you're Skyping in right now from the Schnee mansion, I will say, with your decor behind you. It's very appropriate. I love it.
I have been decorating during the time.
Oh.
Anyway, I was going to say, I guess GalaxyCon and RWBY, it'd be Ruby.
Groupie. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Groovy.
Anyway,
thank
you so much for having me. It's great to be here again.
Thank you, Kara. We're glad to have you back. And up next, we have the voice of Blake Belladonna. She is Arryn Zech.
Hi, everyone.
Woo! Yeah.
What's up, Arryn? How you doing, Arryn?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing awesome. I look forward to getting to participate in these things and getting to virtually spend time with you guys. So thank you so much for being back.
No, thank you. I brought my dogs with me.
I love that you bring them every time too. It's like it's staple. I feel like if your dogs are not here, we don't have the full Arryn experience.
Exactly. I'm nothing without them.
Hush, please. Goodness.
All right, up next we have the voice of Yang Xiaolong. It's Barbara Dunkelman.
Hello.
What's up, baby?
Thanks for having me. Hi, guys.
How you doing, Barbara?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm in love with your hair, by the way. It makes me want ice cream so bad, and I don't know if you hear that like every day, but it makes me want Neapolitan ice cream.
She was Neo, but I thought no one else would appreciate it. I was like, that's your Neo. Okay, cool.
I don't hear ice cream as much as I hear cotton candy.
Cotton candy, yeah.
I like that.
I think I'm just hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Channeling the GalaxyCon. Perfect. I love it. Very
thanks. All right. And rounding out this virtual stream, I believe it is her first time here with us at GalaxyCon Live. She is the voice of Salem. It is Jen Taylor.
Yay! Yay! Hi, friends.
Hello.
Welcome.
I don't know how I feel about you. Kidding.
Very scary being the virgin here at GalaxyCon. I mean, you know what I mean.
We'll be gentle, don't worry.
Okay,
of course.
This is a safe place.
Wow.
Thank you.
So this is the first time that we've had RWBY and also Salem. So like, what is this like for you guys? We're switching it up a little bit.
I love it. Yeah. I
mean,
Very cool.
I feel like we're gonna have some good questions. We're gonna have some good questions. I feel like too.
That's true.
Absolutely.
I'm really gonna have to like remember where we are in the show. What have we done?
Volume 7 just ended about a year ago. So nothing in volume 8 or 9 people know about.
The whale. That's where we ended. The whale.
Yes.
All right. I'm sure we're going to try to pull spoilers out of you guys, but we no spoilers here today. Unfortunately, that's not what this panel's about. But before we get to the fan questions, I'm going to ask you guys, just some maybe questions that you don't get asked as frequently. So let's start with this. If your character from RWBY was to compete in a reality competition show, what show would it be and would they win?
I feel like RWBY would compete in some kind of baking show, but she would just eat everything. Like, dang it, all the ingredients are gone.
I think Salem would like Survivor, and she'd just kill everybody, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't really
Perfect.
watch reality TV shows, so I don't really know what's out there right now.
Oh, girl,
Is there
I
like a
got you.
world-
What do you need?
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
got
say,
all
yeah.
the
You in.
like a world best shopper or something. Like I feel like Weiss
Wait.
would probably or that. Or like no, I know. What was that? My Sweet 16.
That is very Schnee. Yes.
Blake could be in
Not really.
Tara's house.
What was that, Arryn?
Blake could be in Tara's house.
Oh, there's house. I like that. See, I was thinking like Animal Planet, which is reality TV but different.
Is that right?
oh, I love Animal Planet.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
Maybe Salem could be like maybe the Fab Five could take over and like completely give her a makeover and change her life.
We're gonna need to get you a
Be
little
happy
bit of colored
and-
foundation here.
Right.
Get some colors.
No. What if we did like charm school and Salem actually taught us how to join the evil side? She's like, listen, you guys just don't understand where we're coming from.
Even
If
better.
you spend time with us, I feel like you would identify.
Even better.
Yeah, I think Yang would be no question American Ninja Warrior.
For sure.
And she would win, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
She
What
would.
about that new show, Floor is Lava? Do you think Yang would hang with Floor is Lava?
That's a
Oh my god.
I think so. But I
Brand
think
new.
like, it's more about strength for her rather than agility, I think. Although I guess it kind of goes hand in hand to some extent. But that might be a fun one too.
Can you?
What was that, Karen? Or who?
Oh, I said it's a strategy of like having to figure out like where you're going to go once you get into like adding on to what Barbara said too would be.
Yeah, I feel like our family would join that, like Hot Floor is Lava. We've been watching it at home too with our kids. But it'd be like a Ruby Yang tie combo, and they'd be like, "We're ready to go. We're the best team. I'm gonna win everything." Yeah, yeah. And they get out like round one.
Okay, so what about like you as your human self? If you guys had the ability to live in any like fantasy world outside of Remnant, let's say, where would you guys like to live?
Harry Potter world.
Ooh,
Willy Wonka's Candy Factory.
Nice.
yum.
Fantasy world. The place in Avatar.
The blue world?
Yeah.
What was it called? The planet.
I just keep thinking unobtainium, but
Pandora?
Pandora, yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
Pandora.
There you go.
I remember when I saw that movie, I was like, I want to live here and be like just in this nature and in this world. It seems so magical and amazing.
Does seem
Because I like flowers that glow in the dark. I feel
Yeah.
like that's something I'd really like on my average walk.
Barbara, have you had the opportunity to go on the ride? I believe it's at Animal Kingdom.
No, I didn't know there was a ride.
That's
All right,
pretty
see you guys
cool.
later. I'm going.
goodness.
What
Jen, where
about
would you like to live? Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting here trying to. I'm on my phone. Isn't that sad? What was the name of the country that they lived in The Princess Bride?
Oh, yeah. All of us went, oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I guess only if I could, hang out with Wesley. So then would I have to take Buttercup out? Like that sounds terrible.
Right. Good, agree.
The Dread
It-
Pirate Roberts.
The bisexual in me is like both.
And I just looked it up.
Game
Maybe
Hello
I could-
Both?
Maybe I could be the Dread Pirate Roberts.
There you go. That's awesome.
I just Googled what country does the
Yeah.
Princess Bride take
What is
place
it?
in, and it
What is
said United States, which I don't think is true.
Yeah, no, it's like Florin and
United States.
Right. I'm like,
United States?
where they're
Florin-
reading the book for the kid. Come
Yeah.
on, that doesn't count.
Florin is one of the places. I know.
Florin.
I remember that. Florin.
Nice, nice. See, I'm a-
Montoya.
I'm a big like cyberpunk fan. I like future stuff. I especially like 90s future, which is what people thought the future was going to look like when they made movies in the 90s.
Yeah.
So you have new tech mixed with like VHS players and stuff like that. So I'd probably live in like the Fifth Element universe. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Flying cars and
Lilu Dela.
Florence Whole Kingdom.
multi-passes. I like how everyone's on their phone and we're trying to figure
all
it
like-
out.
It's very important.
Guys,
Yeah, Florin is the name of the whole the
Florin.
fictional kingdom.
Gotcha.
And Gilder. Gilder is the other one.
Ah.
See, what is it? Liechtenstein? Who's this is A Knight's Tale. I'm on a totally different place.
Also a good movie.
No, A Knight's Tale is just as wonderful. And currently on Netflix. All right, so
Shut up.
yes. So before we get to questions from the fans, I just want to ask you. Obviously, we're living in a interesting time right now, and I know before
What's weird about it?
it's the new normal. And I know before we started the stream, Arryn and Barbara, we were both talking about a new hobby for you guys, which is virtually playing D&D. So do you guys mind telling us a little bit more about this new fun game that you guys have picked up and your characters?
Well, I literally just got off the phone. I'm doing it with Ryan Potter, who is the voice of Hero in Big Hero 6, and there's like a big group of 11 of us. And I've just gotten off the phone with him, and I've created my character. I don't know her name yet, but she is a Furbolg cleric, and she plays the bagpipes, and she has a pet squirrel, and she doesn't have a lot of time.
But you mentioned no name for your character or the squirrel or the bagpipes yet. So
Not yet. We're working on it. I'm
You can't rush art.
Take some suggestions from chat.
Oh yeah, I can't even see the chat. I don't know how this works. But immediately once we get off of all of this, I'm gonna go into Pinterest and start like taking pictures of how I want the character to look, and then I'll go through names and stuff. I'm gonna go ham on this. I'm so excited.
That's so awesome. What about you, Barbara?
Yeah, so we've been doing a show at Rooster Teeth called Die is Cast, which is like essentially a virtual Dungeons and Dragons game that we live stream every Thursday. And I kind of quickly put my character together because it kind of came together pretty fast. But I'm playing an elf ranger. I'm now level 3. Hopefully going to level up soon because my HP is very low. But I was telling everyone before that I'm a fragile little wood elf ranger who stays behind. I play with bow and arrow. And I talk like this because I don't know how to do any other accent. It's kind of a generic European accent.
It's very good.
I didn't know that.
Her name is Dorjan. She's a widow.
Yeah.
I can create a
Love it.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. It's all role playing. That's the great thing about D&D. Is
Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
yeah.
Oh man, I love how excited you are. And so I guess for Lindsay and Kara and Jen, have you guys picked up any new hobbies in the past couple months, or maybe revisited some older hobbies?
As I mentioned, redecorating and then I'm still playing Pokemon Go all the time. By the way, Lindsay and Arryn, you need to play again. I'm trying to
They just
get
had
more
the
fun.
update. What was it, a week ago? And I was like, oh, I got to get back on that. But I'm into Siege now, heavy. Like I'm playing online matches instead of just Terrace Hunt, which is solo matches. So I guess that's like my sweaty nerd outlet. I pop on my glasses and I go, oh, time to obliterate.
Yeah, like 0 to 60 there. Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Jen?
I'm reading like mad because now I have time. I'm reading
Love it.
gazillion novels, probably 3 or 4 a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I have also decided, last week we decided that I'm going to play through the Master Chief Collection because I've never played Halo.
Wow.
So
It's gonna be so fun.
Enjoy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
So good.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna do
I
it.
didn't even play it.
Yeah, no, I haven't played anything.
How could you?
But I can do it on the computer now, right? So, because I can't hold the thing, I'm a complete idiot. I can't.
I'm with
can't
you.
figure it out.
I'd
Yeah.
like to watch you play that. I've never, like, how do you play that on a mouse?
I think it depends on what you're more comfortable with and which game it is. Like some games are way better on a controller, some games are way better on the keyboard and mouse. It all depends on what the skill set is there.
Sure.
I guess I'll try it out. I'll try them both. We'll see.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Awesome.
I'll play with you. We'll be beginners together. Let's do it.
And what about you, Lindsay?
Yeah, just playing video games, being a parent takes up most of my time. That's not a hobby, but it's a way of life, and I love it. It's awesome. If anything, now I just watch like Disney movies with my kids and cry a lot. I watched Coco, and I was like, oh my God.
I think crying is everyone's new hobby in quarantine.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much. I'm like, I'm getting teary.
You're crying because it's from the movies, right? Getting emotional from the movies, not like crying and.
Well, it's exacerbated for sure. I think I could make it a little bit further into Coco before breaking down emotionally.
Oh my gosh. No,
I think all of our mental fortitude is a little weaker these days.
For sure. But actually, I've gotten heavier into things like Frozen. I didn't think I would really like Frozen a lot. Watched the first movie. It was okay. Frozen 2, I'm obsessed.
I can't watch the song that she sings, like the
Into the Unknown.
Right there.
Yeah.
The like really sad one that Anna does whenever she's just like, I'm gonna die here.
Oh, yep.
Watch it. I skipped the whole thing.
Honestly.
And I was gonna say, I think Mulan comes out on demand pretty soon too. So another Disney movie.
For live action?
I love Mulan. I love that movie so much.
I'm excited for that one.
Me too.
It's one of my favorite Disney movies.
Yay! All right.
There was
Well,
an awesome quarantine video, really quick. There's an awesome quarantine video on YouTube, and I think y'all probably seen it. It's a guy, and he is singing a quarantine video, but it's to all of the Disney songs, and I think he's actually a Disney like prince because he has all the costumes and does it really, really well, and it's all laid out. Just look up Disney quarantine video, and you'll find it. It's hilarious. I love it.
Noted.
Sorry.
Disney
I
quarantine.
guess nobody else will read it. Never mind.
All right, guys. So we have some questions from your RWBY fans. So we're going to get started with the very first one right now. And this is from Lorna. If you could choose or create your own semblance, what would it be? Ooh. Who wants to start?
I know everybody else's now, and I know my own because we do get a lot of similar questions, but now I want to know Jen's.
No,
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
I'll follow you guys.
I have no idea anymore.
Is this for us or for RWBY too?
I
Like,
think this is for everybody, right?
For everybody, yeah.
yeah, sorry, I meant like us or our characters. but-
Oh,
yeah.
how about both?
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Lindsay would probably want some semblance that involved cats because I'm a cat person. Ruby would want some semblance involving cookies because she's a cookie person. There you go.
Person.
Two of the best things.
Oh, yeah.
I think Weiss probably wouldn't change her normal semblance just because she's, been training so hard her whole life on, perfection. Kara, I think it'd be fun to be invisible.
Ooh.
I feel like Blake has finally figured out how to use hers in a less of a runaway kind of way, and I think that's really cool. So she'd probably stick with hers too. I would like the ability to heal because my legs are currently covered with bruises.
Oh no.
Well, I'm very good at hurting myself. Like I've got a scar from like pouring scalding tea on me right there, and then right there's a bruise from hitting a table. Like
Relatable on the tables.
yeah.
I feel like I've gotten so clumsy in quarantine.
I've literally bought baby proofing things for corners of things and put them on multiple corners in my house.
That's smart. I laugh. Why don't we do that for adults?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I really
Adult proofing. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I think Yang, yeah, she's good with hers, but for me, Barbara, I want some type of semblance that's kind of like Neo in the Matrix, where he could just learn anything immediately. Like I know we had
Downloading.
yeah, like essentially like, oh, I want to read this book and then know how to do it, or like watch this video on something and then like be able to absorb it. Just
instant
because
learning kind of thing.
exactly. Like I'd love to like watch a video on how to play the guitar and then be able to play the guitar.
That'd be pretty handy.
That'd be so nice.
Yeah.
This is my proofing my
Right now,
table.
Oh my God. You're not kidding.
Not kidding.
Oh no.
It worked.
For me, I would want to fly. So some
Okay.
you know.
Cool.
For
Free
yeah,
travel.
for Salem, I think she needs something to do with letting things go. Just let things go.
Nah.
Salem is Elsa.
Oh!
That makes sense.
What a twist. What a twist.
Oh my God, we have to record. I have to record that song now as
You
Salem.
do.
Yes.
I will listen.
I mean, later, not now.
Well, no, of course.
No,
Live, not live.
You're on the spot. All
It's a
right.
bonus track for the volume. Yeah. You guys sync it up properly. It plays with the movie.
That'd be hilarious.
All right,
Done.
guys. Here's the next question. Oh, Also from Lorna. For your character's development, did you draw inspiration from a previously established character you loved or even from yourself?
Yes, for myself.
Solid.
Yeah.
You want the end of
I wanna-
humanity.
I want to kill everyone.
I didn't peg you for that type of person, Lene.
Yeah, well, yeah.
True. What about you, Barbara?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talk about this a lot. There's a lot of myself in Yang through the development of the character before the show even started, but also I think in writing the character, Miles and Carrie and everybody on the writing team has done a really good job at like putting our personalities in the character to some extent as they've grown over time. There's a lot of things we have that are not in common. Like I do not have a temper. I definitely don't like hold grudges, I think, like Yang does from time to time. So there's definitely some differences there, but I think ultimately they're doing a really good job of writing us within them. So we feel more of a connection with the characters, which has been really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think like
Okay.
as not another character as much as I would say just my own life a little bit when we were first started to do the season and develop our characters. I went to a private school for 10, 11 years, and then I went to a public school and I didn't know anyone. So I can just relate to that kind of feeling of being in a new school and that kind of thing. I do admit I made friends quicker than Weiss did, but that part, was fun just to do as something that I hadn't experienced before.
We do joke when we travel that Kara's much more like Ruby in personality. Like if we're waiting in line while people are coming up to the booth to see us, like Kara and I are the chatty Cathys, and people are like, "Wow, you guys are like really hyper."
throw crap at each other and just have fun, make games out of whatever. So
We basically act like children. Yes.
Everybody's young at heart.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, with Ruby, I mean, that point being, I'm definitely socially awkward. Monty himself said that when he talked to Ruby about the role for me. And I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. We're very alike in that area. Actually, opposite of Kara, I went to public school until my sophomore year of high school. So then I transferred and had a very Ruby-like experience where I was like, who wants to be friends? And everyone went, I don't know you. Go away. I was like, goodbye. See you later. But I mean, it definitely helped me identify with those moments for her and really trying to like prove yourself to a group of people who just don't think you have potential. So yeah, that's relatable. She's way more positive than I am, especially now. Unfortunately, like life makes you jaded. So she reminds me to stay positive. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Thank you.
And that is a good lesson overall. Stay positive,
Blake and I have a lot more in common than I would like to have in common with her, that we do. Initially, I think she was a character that Monty was having the most trouble with in terms of like figuring her out. And at the same time, Monty and I we knew each other, but we weren't the closest of friends. So he didn't know me as well either. So he kind of put Blake and I together and being like, you guys figure each other out. Like you can do this together. But yeah, she and I have a bit in common. I really appreciate the growth that she's had over the years, eventually becoming less afraid of acceptance and that kind of thing, and going back to her parents and sort of like rebuilding herself from the ground up, because so much of her was just like taken away from herself, but she kind of did it to herself too. It's a weird thing to sort of describe. I'm not very eloquent with it, but yeah, I can definitely say that I drew some inspiration from myself.
Awesome. All right. Great question. Here's the next one. Is it also from Lorna? It is not. All right. This is from Tanaka. If you or your character could have any animal as a pet, what animal would it be? So let's answer for both you and your character.
Well, Ruby has a dog. His name is Y. I haven't seen him in a while. Oobleck stole him. Please bring my dog back.
Fired him off into the sky.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's fine. Personally, I'm a cat person. I miss my cats. I grew up with a lot of cats. So now I just live vicariously through other people's cats. Kara, if yours are around, please show them.
I know.
I don't know why, but I feel like Blake would have a hedgehog.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Just like a really kind of chill pet that doesn't well, I obviously don't own a hedgehog, so I don't know how much of what I'm about to do is
I have a hedgehog. I can
Are they
confirm,
chill? Like they're chill. Like I feel like a hedgehog could like plop itself on her books and not really worry about anything.
I feel like my hedgehog's an explorer and he likes to run. So like he'll run on his wheel all night for
Well,
hours.
maybe
and
I
hours
don't
and hours
want
and
it.
hours.
Maybe she'll have like a bird.
Well,
or
think
something.
about when you hold it like this and its whole little body's in its body and it's just like,
He curls up into a little ball and it's all cute.
But I have dogs. These are mine. So
To push.
I definitely want a dog. I wanted a dog for the entirety of my life. It's never seemed like a good time because we travel so much, or we used to at least travel so much. And now it's ironic because it's like we're home all the time. It's a perfect time to get a dog, but also we're working a lot and it's like gonna get used to us being around all the time and it's not gonna socialize with other dogs as much. It's like good and bad sides to both. So still putting that on hold. Yang, I feel like at first I was like, she'd get a dragon for sure, 100%. But then I started thinking she'd probably like something like a turtle that's just like super chill and would just like be kind of the opposite of her, of being like super energetic. And there's this thing that's just like
She'd appreciate the joke.
Bearded dragon.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that Weiss would. I've said Arctic fox before, but I'm changing my answer to snow leopard.
Ooh,
Because
yeah,
it's
that
just
feels better.
they're more
Very
powerful
regal
and pretty.
too. Yeah.
And I have 2 cats, but like Barbara, I've actually always wanted a dog. I want a big dog, but since for the same reasons, as you and I just don't know when things are going to be back or what's going to happen. So it's on hold. And my 2 cats are plenty for me right now. They act like children.
And Jen?
I'm a dog person. I have a dog and I have a cat actually, who is the coolest cat in the world. And she's not around. I don't see her, but Salem, would Salem have a pet? Maybe a pet rock.
Squid, the little squid thing.
I feel like she'd have like a snake or something like super like
Serpentine?
sexy.
I was gonna say snake, and then I was like, "Is that?" I don't know. I mean, she can control every beastie, right?
Yeah.
So every
Make your
evil
own pet.
beastie.
Whatever
She
you like.
technically is like the mother of all these like really terrifying animals.
Right? But maybe she'd go completely the opposite and she'd get like a cute little Pomeranian or something.
I will say, just from my experience, Pomeranians are the most evil things on the planet.
There you go. Okay.
So,
All right. So maybe.
My goodness. I was going to say like a bunny would be a really funny juxtaposition.
I do like that idea though. Like Salem goes home and she's like, "Oh, zuba-duba."
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I love you. You're the best.
Did Kara go to retrieve the cats? Is
She
that-
might have. Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
She's back.
I don't think my sound is that great, so I'm gonna try something. Sorry.
That might be a good
All right. While we're doing that.
Yeah.
I feel like Salem's pet is that like weird squid that just sort of.
Yes.
Yeah. Salem's like a beta fish owner,
Yeah.
which I am. Like, so I love it. Low maintenance. You can still talk to them.
Exactly.
It's good.
Plants.
And they're beautiful.
Blake would have plants. She wouldn't have a pet.
That's very true. Yeah. If I feel like Blake would be like, she would take it as like ownership. She'd be like, "I will not control you, little animal.
Yeah.
You're free to do what you want."
You'd read the plants all the time.
All right, guys. We're going to go to the next question. And this one's from...
Cat. Sorry, I just thought you had a cat.
Oh, and the cat has arrived.
Whoosh.
Oh.
All right, so this question is, if you can name the whale, what would it be?
Petunia.
Petunia?
Does anybody get that? Is that just me?
Petunia the whale?
I think the
No.
bowl of
Petunia the
petunia
whale.
that goes with the whale in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No. Alas.
No? Okay.
I thought of Pearl from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So
I would name it Will. Will the whale.
Well,
Whalium.
Good question.
it'd be Free
Whale.
Willy.
You made it better.
You're welcome. Keep it. It's yours.
You love it.
I don't think we can beat that. I don't think
know.
that's beatable.
names.
William, Petunia. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Give him like 6 names.
Yeah.
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 It makes
Archibald.
him less scary.
Oh, I like Archibald. That's
Archibald.
classy.
Yeah.
That's classy.
The third.
Esquire.
Petunia William Archibald III.
Milady.
All right,
May
well,
I eat you now? How?
well, there's your answer. All right. Here is the next question. This is from Nyx. If your characters had Twitter, what would their bio say?
Hi, Nick. I know Nick.
That's an awesome name too. But I'm like,
Yeah.
Her name is Nikki.
Oh.
cool.
She's so smart. It's stupid.
I'm also glad, real quick, side note, that you also say people are stupid smart, because I say that like that doesn't make sense. Like it does. Just
It doesn't, yeah.
Double negative.
It's like language smart. What would your bio say? Life in the colors like a fairy tale. Ooh.
it's a good one.
I feel like mine would just be a bunch of like muscle emojis.
Guns out, guns out.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say emojis. That's funny.
Yeah.
Blake would probably have her pronouns in her bio too.
Weiss would say, I'm more than a name. She'd be all just
There you go.
Yeah.
And then under that, throw her business emails.
Business contact.
Yeah.
Like emo sign-offs, like on AIM.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Constantly reading.
Rest in peace, AIM. Yeah.
Good old days.
Mine would be like, I guess like the adventure Twitter bios you see where it's like emojis about backpacking and like being outdoors and excitement of adventure for early Ruby. Now maybe a little less happy, but
Oh.
go into that later.
She grows. She gets more emo.
Cruncher.
Yeah.
Cookie crunch.
And Jen?
Yeah, that's a good one. Would she waste time writing a bio? That's probably
So
Right.
would she even have a Twitter in the first
No.
place?
right. Yeah, no. But I mean, that's okay. But the question is, what would it be? Probably be something like prepare for the end or
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
Very like anarchist kind of.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But also with like kill star vibes. So you got the like witch emojis and stuff going on and the crystal ball.
Crystal
Yeah.
Ball.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The end is just the beginning.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Awesome. All right. Before we go to the next question, I just want to remind everyone out there watching right now that you can go to GalaxyCon.com to purchase group chats, one-on-one chats, and of course, personalized autographs. So, all right, let's go into the next one. This is from Luke. If RWBY was made into a live action series or film, who would you want to play your characters?
I'll do it.
Ooh.
Okay, Arryn, go.
Aaron's actually going to play Weiss.
We've talked about it and joked about it that everyone's like, you guys can all play your characters. I'm like, I feel like the other 3 girls could. And then I'd roll up and be like, hey, what's up?
You're a lot taller than Ruby, I think,
I
too.
think it'd be super cute.
Oh, thank you. I'll try.
Blake Lively is always my go-to for
Ooh.
mine. She's got the hair for it.
what's the girl's name that played Supergirl or no, sorry, Captain Marvel. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Brie Larson.
Yeah,
Brie Larson.
just because we kind of look alike-ish, she's blonde and she's younger. So I'm like, who demographically could play Weiss? I don't know.
That would work, yeah.
She's really awesome. I like her too.
I would say Kate Blanchett.
Ooh.
Because she can do
Oh,
anything.
she can do anything. Oh my god, that would be so
true.
good.
That would be
Yeah.
perfect casting. Yeah. Wow. Kate Blanchett.
Interesting. All right.
Anyone listening that's a director?
Yeah. It's like,
But
I
I
need
think
Ellen
your cast.
Page. But yeah, for Ruby.
Ellen Page. That's a good one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
Awesome. All right, guys. Here is the next question. This is from Jack. If the character you voice got the chance to fight a character from another anime, TV show, or film, who would you want them to fight? Okay. All right.
Tsubaki
Well,
Tsubaki from what?
from Soul Eater.
Oh, nice. I haven't watched Soul Eater. And boo. I'll have to check it out.
not whoever Weiss fought in Death Battle. Not whoever she fought in Death Battle. I forgot the name. What's the name?
I don't know.
I can't remember. You wouldn't
It's The one that's immune to ice, and she's kind of like a tall red.
It was Mitsuru Kirijo.
Yes.
Kirijo from Persona.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Mitsuru.
not that one. So not that one. I can say what I don't want to do. For
You already know the outcome of that one.
Sure.
Another anime or TV show.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an anime character. It could be essentially anyone.
I think I would like to see Yang take Thanos on, just because I'm curious to see what that. Like they both got the gauntlets, but a different style of gauntlet.
What about Arthur from Arthur?
Oh,
Hey, put him up.
Yes.
Put him up, you odd vac.
Oh, he's ready. He's got the fist going.
He's got the fist.
hey, yeah, all right.
Incredible. I used to watch Gundam Wing a lot, and people have mentioned it before because one of the characters has a Gundam that has a big scythe, and they're like, "Could Ruby fight against Duo's Gundam?" I'm like, that'd be awesome. But I feel like Ruby would just want to like hop into the Gundam and be like, "Need a co-pilot?" Like, hey, I'm here.
Not there to fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with this. It's hard when you play a character who has so much power because
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Ooh.
But it might be more interesting to have her fight somebody that I mean, like Mary Poppins or.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun.
You just look at her and
Mary Poppins has some power,
right? Right? Or like Ponyo. I don't know, something completely.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Okay. Fair. There's no wrong answer, so that is correct. So, all right.
Great. I answered that right. That's good.
All right, guys. Here's the next question. And this is from Lee. What is your most memorable moment that you've had with the RWBY fandom? And I'm sure you guys have had many, and it's probably difficult to pick just one. So, any that come to mind?
I can start because I haven't really had any. So this would be it. Here we go.
Oh wow.
This right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
I feel so special.
Yeah.
Yes, Jim.
You did it, guys.
Yeah. Okay, it's official. Salem's on the team. Let's come on. We'll talk to them.
All right, maybe we can work out our differences.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
We got to get you down when things obviously are safe again in the future, but get you down RTX so you could meet like the RWBY fandom.
Oh yeah. Let's do it.
That's where they are.
Absolutely.
They're a lovely group. I mean, everyone else in Team RWBY has their own area of like fandom, I guess, that they're interested in. But I grew up as a huge anime nerd, and I went to a lot of conventions. I went to A-Kon Dallas a lot, and I saw like all these voice actors who did anime or video games, and I nerded out. So for me, just in general, like you said, there are so many moments I feel like I can't pick a single one. Everyone's so awesome. But for anyone to want to watch anything I'm involved in is surreal. So thank you. It's like literally a dream come true to be able to do this. So yeah.
I actually got a tattoo to commemorate my best moment.
Really?
Whenever Blake and Yang hold hands.
Yay!
That was just like I want to say it was after that episode that there was just like this outpouring of love in the
She's trying.
Yes.
She's trying.
Yes.
Oh, she's trying to hold your hand.
She's trying to hold
And
your hand.
Oh shoot!
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. There we go.
Close, yeah.
I got a bumblebee tattoo, and like immediately afterwards because it was just such a positive day in the community. I feel because everyone was just so excited, and I don't know. That was just a really nice moment for me.
That's awesome.
I still got to get my bumblebee tattoo.
We all need to get our tattoos.
I have a Belladonna plant already. Y'all are way behind. Come on.
We are. I think. Well, I know that my favorite. It's not really directly with me, but I witnessed it, so I will say it's my favorite. Was speaking of A-Kon, I just remembered. That was actually the first convention I had ever gone to. I think back in 2012.
I think it was 2013.
Like it was like a year before RWBY. Yeah, it was. So yeah, exactly perfect. But it was my first convention ever, and I drove up to Dallas from Austin with Monty and a few other people, and we were actually premiering the Yang trailer that weekend.
Aww.
And nobody knew like the voices or who we were or really anything about the show. And we were upstairs, Monty and I, and we were looking down all the cosplayers and everything. And it was the first RWBY cosplayer he ever saw. And he was like, "Oh, hey, he's like RWBY." And like, I literally turned and he was gone, like within a second, like to run downstairs to find them. And I saw them like, embrace, and he was talking to her and they got pictures. So that was really cool for me to, at least nice memory. It was nice.
It was always exciting to get to see Monty in his element with cosplayers and fans of the show, and just him showing his appreciation for them. And it's always so beautiful. I think it's, as you said, it's hard to kind of choose from. There's been so many amazing moments over the last few years, going to conventions and meeting people all around the world, getting to interact with fans. But I think my favorite moment is probably still RTX 2013 when we premiered the first episode. And it was the first time we ever had like a RWBY panel, and we had it in the main ballroom, which I think was like 3,000 people. Wow. And it was packed, and people were just like, I say this in a nice way, it's going to sound negative, they're like foaming at the mouth for RWBY. Like everyone was so excited and like like chomping at the bit, like waiting for the show. And to see the like energy in the room and the excitement when like the episode premiered and when we got to come out, and just everything around that was just such a palpable, amazing energy and experience that I think is going to stick with me for my entire life.
Awesome. Cool. One side note, Barbara, that I wanted to mention, a memory that stands out for me of you is you made your wrestling debut, and maybe not a lot of people know about this.
Oh, God.
I believe it was down in Florida. Yeah.
More, please. Do tell.
So I didn't wrestle because I would get snapped in half in 2 seconds, but there was a wonderful woman, I'm blanking on her name.
Rocky?
Okay, yes. So she was cosplayed Yang, and they were doing like anime versus cartoon, like wrestling matchups. So I forget who she was wrestling up against, but it was Yang versus someone, I think it was like Team Rocket or something. And I got to do like essentially like, I was doing the voice for her. She was holding the microphone, so it looked like she was talking as Yang. And then like I came out and I got to kind of like introduce the match, and it's a pretty cool moment. Yeah.
It was awesome getting to be there live for it. That was really, really cool.
It was fun. Very fun.
Awesome.
And damn, like power to those people who do those shows. That's so much athletic skill and like energy needed. Woof.
Yeah. Thank God I'm just a voice actor. Like I'm going to sit down. Thank you.
Until you're on the next season of Floor is Lava. So
yeah.
Yeah. Or if you're in the booth for 6 hours doing efforts, that's a workout, I will say.
Yeah. A lot of sweat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait, how long do you have to do efforts?
I mean, yeah, I exaggerate. I'm being hyperbolic. Sorry. We're okay. We're okay.
Jen, it's 8 hours of efforts at least.
Wow.
Right? Jen's like, it doesn't take me that long.
I don't have to exert much effort. Salem.
Oh, there you go.
More like,
Oh, yeah. She doesn't get through.
Zing.
Zing.
That's lucky. Ugh, the worst.
Oh, man.
All right, I think we have time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions. So let's see what's up next. This is from Adam E. How much fun was the Smite crossover, and would y'all be open to doing other crossovers or even Smite again?
That was the most effort I've had to do ever. And it was just the most random ones too. Like, you've been electrocuted, but you've also fallen thousands of feet. Like
video games, yes. Yeah.
Huh. All at like varying degrees too. You're falling, but it's like a light fall, or like light electrocution, medium electrocution, high electrocution. It's a lot of effort to do those efforts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember also, we did Smite, we also did Blaze Blue, which I know was a lot of efforts as well. Smite was a lot of like, there's things that characters say in that like enemy right, enemy center, enemy left, where you have to have like the same energy, and it was very repetitive, but it was like that. Any video game is kind of like that, where you have to have multiple iterations for every attack and every situation.
Right. Yeah.
It was really fun though, and I think we're always down for crossovers. Always.
I'll 100% take a job.
You pointed out a good
Always fun
part of it too, Barbara, which I didn't think about, but it's totally true. It's like different genre of video game. I mean, even with us doing like Grim Eclipse, it's like that was a very narrative, linear game with a lot of wave combat. So to me, it felt a lot like we were acting with the show. I'm talking to my co-stars or my friends with dialogue that's very similar. Then you have Blaze Blue, which is a fighting game. So it's high intensity, high impact, lots of combos, the classic, like I think anime scream what your attack name is now and obliterate your enemies. Hooray, you've won. And then with Smite, it's a tower defense game, so it's very tactical. You're working with your teammates, but you have to speak quickly and concisely and relay what's happening because it's like you're playing a sport. So yeah, as a voice actor, it was awesome to kind of feel around all those different areas and get those different inflections, like Kara had just mentioned, for whatever the person playing is doing.
Electrocuted.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. I think we can sneak in one more question. All right. We're going to do it. All right. Here's the final question. And this is from Lexa. What was the moment that touched you the most in RWBY?
Aw.
And once again, I'm sure there's a lot.
There's one that's. Oh
no.
Probably something you can't talk about.
Yeah.
Same.
I have a quick one. It's when Weiss and Winter are having their little she's training, helping her train, and they're having their little not tea party, but conversation over tea, and then they hug at the end, and I'm gonna miss you or something like that. But it's the first time we saw like tender Weiss, I will say.
When Blake says, I won't break my promise, and then Yang's like, I know.
I believe she said, I know you won't. And then
I watched the episode last night.
Oh.
I don't know why. I needed a boost.
Yeah, there's one of my favorite parts about RWBY is how just they nail the emotion in so many scenes that they write throughout the volumes. And they the way they build up to certain things happening, and then they just knock it out of the park every time. And it's just an honor getting to bring those scenes to life. I love, the Blake and Yang interactions are always wonderful. Seeing how that friendship has kind of evolved and changed over time.
Yeah.
And then of course, the relationships with the other girls, especially Ruby and Yang and their sisterly bond, and Yang finally saying I love you back to Ruby after she kind of didn't say it back for a year.
But that's what made it beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what makes it beautiful.
There's a lot of different moments, and I've talked about this moment before too, so I'm sure the other RWBY girls are like, yes, this story, but it was meaningful. Is at the end of volume 3, we have a moment where Penny and Pyrrha have things happen to them that we don't talk about, but whatever do you mean? But Ruby runs in to protect Pyrrha from being attacked as everything is kind of exploding at the end of the volume, literally exploding. And she picks up Penny's weapon to defend her, and she says, leave her alone. And they were like, okay, this is 3 words, but you're going to have to convey all the sorrow and all the sadness and frustration and failure that has happened in the last 30 minutes. And I was like, okay, cool. And it really it was an awesome challenge, but at the same time I was like, man, that I felt like this really awesome emotional connection that now I especially appreciate as a parent, just defending this person that you love so much it's really meaningful. So yeah.
For me, I would say Salem's origin story broke my heart, so
I think that's one of my favorite episodes, I think, in the entirety of RWBY. Just finding out about Salem and everything she went through. It's truly heartbreaking.
It's also really nice when you do have a character like Salem to get to have a backstory like that you're not just like, I hate everybody because I do, and you don't know why, right?
Yeah.
And I knew from the very beginning, even when the very first episode, Monty explained my whole backstory to me.
Oh, wow.
And even though I don't, Salem doesn't appear until much later, I already knew, I knew all of it. And I was like, oh, I'm sitting on this information and it's so juicy and I can't
That's cool.
talk about it. Yeah.